story in these kind of situations who was uninvolved, who didn't really care about much of anything, and then providing them this outlet of, okay, I'm really a hands-on learner. More specifically, I love learning outdoors and I love dirt. I mean, really something as simple as that, to get them to connect with people on a different level and get them to go out and see that getting to work in a group setting that they're in control of and getting to voice their own opinions really led to, okay, if I do this day, I can do it the other 4 days of the week. So,
the reading buddies, and he was one that I was like, okay, he's going to be a role model, but this is going to be okay. And I really got a little choked up watching him because he did such a great job keeping his buddy on task and being animated while he read. And it just turned out poetic justice that his little buddy was having a hard time really attending, and he had all of these strategies that he was using. And to hear him reflect on that afterwards, he even said, "Is that you?"
Where we would go to the elementary school and we would read the preschool. In the tiger closet, we opened like a place where you could go in and get free clothes if you don't have enough money, and you could go in during the school day and get as many as you wanted in all sizes. Now is a recyclable competition where we try to take as much recycling in the school as we can to compete with other schools in Shelby County. How we're kind of taking more control than someone just telling us to do things. They helped us a little bit, but most of the time we were making all of the boxes or planters for the plants and then putting all the soil in, and just it was pretty cool because we also got to like kind of figure it out on our own, not having someone completely tell us what to do.
We talk a lot about, and I talk a lot with the kids about, if you don't know something and if you're not an expert in something, the best way to learn is from those experts. In particular, we've partnered with the Purdue Extension office locally. They come in every week from last year and again this year. They teach them everything from soil to pests to insects, good and bad, how to grow, what we need to grow. So they come in from the agricultural perspective. And then the kids said, hey, we want to build this garden. And I said, great. How are you going to pay for it? So they said, well, let's write a grant. And they wrote a grant to the American Heart Association, who then brought in the healthy aspects of community gardening and eating right. And then with that, they found a local community partner in HIS Constructors that donated a large sum of money. And then the neat thing about that, they also participated in our build day and worked a lot with the kids on the construction aspect. Just really getting the community involved to get them excited about what we're doing, because this community garden is such a big thing that we want it to maintain and last. And to do that, you need support and you need knowledge. And so we've got master gardeners coming in. We've got people donating to help us create a compost bin. It's just kind of the whole village, whole community thing. Keep it going.
That willingness, especially at our school, when kids know they're going to help people. It is amazing the work they will put in because they know that it matters beyond the person.
The first invitation to the animal shelter, how did you make that? What was the first call?
If I remember correctly, I think we had the kids call. And that was one of those things that kids got to say what they wanted their role to be in the beginning of that project. And so we kind of wrote a script and they practiced, and then the kids called, and then they hung up and they said yes. Start where you feel comfortable. Start with giving some student voice, looking at the community, because every service learning opportunity is a great opportunity for students. And so don't be intimidated and feel like you have to start some grand scheme, some $10,000 grant. Start in a way that you feel is manageable. And I think teachers will see the benefit of that and then grow from there.
Make an activity where the kids actually get up and actually be active and try to make something that shows what you did, because I see more growth when people do that.
And the kids an activity that they personally like and lets their personality show, it can help them expand learning wise, but it'll also help them expand with their self.
knowing who they really are. It is scary if you think about, I'm going to have to do all this planning, I'm going to have to do all of this extra work. But if you look at it as extra work, then it becomes scary and overwhelming. If you go at it and say, hey kids, this week this is what we need to accomplish, what is our outcome, what's our end goal, and then just reach out and make it happen. I mean, jump in with both feet and you're not going to drown.
Yeah.
To see kids go from the learners to the leaders, and they become the ones educating their peers and even educating adults.